Hello and welcome to your full body stretch. This routine is great to do in the morning, or if you're working from home and you're sitting at a desk all day. You can do this in the middle of the day, maybe your lunch break, or even before bed to make sure you get a really good night's rest. We're going to start by reaching the arms up to the ceiling. We're going to work through a roll down, so slowly tuck your chin into your chest, lower yourself down towards the floor, one vertebra at a time. Now nice and slowly, I want you to roll yourself all the way back up. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. We're going to work through a few roll downs in your own time, at your own pace. We're going to reach those arms up to the ceiling, moving through a little side bend. We're going to meet in that roll down. Maybe you'd like to pedal out your legs here, bending through one knee, straightening through the other knee. Maybe you'd like to grab a hold of your elbows, taking a soft sway from left to right, right to left. Maybe even shaking your head no, nodding your head yes, letting your body hang, feel that stretch in your spine. I want you to straighten out through your arms, planting your palms down onto your mat. Maybe you like to have a soft bend in your knees. And then as you straighten your legs, take your fingertips to the mat. Inhale through the nose and exhale, bend through the knees, plant your palms down onto that mat. When you're ready, I want you to slowly make your way back up to a standing position, maybe giving your neck a little roll from side to side. I want you to walk your hands down onto your mat so you're in a plank position. We're going to move through a downward facing dog. So piking your hips up to the ceiling, pressing your chest towards your thighs. I want you to wave your spine forward into a high plank. Take an inhale breath, and on the exhale, send it back into that downward facing dog. Maybe you'd like to pedal out through your feet here. Taking a few rounds of this movement in your own time. When you're ready, we're going to wave into that high plank. I want you to bend through your elbows, lowering your body down to your mat. And once your pelvis hits the mat, straighten out through your arms, lift your chest up to the sky, feeling that opening in your chest and that stretch in your spine. Curl your toes under and come into a downward facing dog. Now wave yourself into a high plank, bending through the elbows, lowering your body down to the mat. Once that pelvis hits, lift that chest up. Take a big inhale through the nose, and then exhale. Let's come into that downward dog. One more time, we're going to wave that body forward, lower it down to the mat, and open and lift through that chest. Sink those hips back into a child's pose. Take a breath here. When you're ready, we're going to step your right foot forward in between your hands. Keep your upper body nice and straight. we're going to slowly slide your hips forward, coming into a hip flexor stretch. Let's slowly glide those hips back, straightening out that right leg. Now we're going to reach those arms out in front while we move through that hip flexor stretch. Let's keep that right leg nice and straight. Maybe you'd like to walk your hands down towards your ankles, feeling that deeper stretch in your calf and your hamstring. You can shift that weight forwards and backwards on your heel, moving through whatever feels good for you. Let's take a bend in that right knee, straightening out that back left leg. We're going to come into our pigeon stretch now. I want your shoulders to be back and down away from your earlobes, your chest nice and proud. And when you're ready, we're going to slowly walk our hands down onto the mat, deepening our pigeon stretch. You should be feeling this stretch in your right glute. You can stay in this position for a little longer, or if you would prefer, you can walk your hands up and grab a hold of your left foot, stretching out your left thigh. Lower that left leg down, step your right foot back and come into a downward facing dog. Wave your spine forward, finding a high plank, and then coming into a child's pose. When you're ready, we're going to step that left foot forward, moving through our hip flexor stretch on the other side. Keeping a nice straight back, slowly gliding those hips forward. And then straightening out that left leg. We're going to reach the arms forward next time we work through that hip flexor stretch. Moving through a few rounds of this movement. We're going to keep that left leg straightened, slowly walking our hands down towards our heels, feeling that deeper stretch in our calf and hamstring. Maybe you'd like to shift that weight forwards and backwards on your heel. When you're ready, we're going to bend through the left leg, coming into our pigeon stretch. Keep that right leg nice and straight behind you, keeping your chest nice and open, your shoulders back and down. And when you're ready to walk your hands down onto the mat, deepening that stretch in your left glute. You can stay in this stretch, or you can walk your hands back up, grab onto your right foot, finding that stretch in your right thigh. Let's straighten out through your right leg. Step that left leg back into a downward facing dog. Wave your spine forward, and when you're ready, we're going to begin some standing stretches. Stand your feet nice and wide with your feet slightly externally rotated out to the side. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, let's roll your spine down, taking your palms to the mat. Let's walk your hands over to your right foot. Walk them back to center and then over to the left hand side. Let's walk your hands back to center. Plant your palms down. Take a soft bend in your elbows, really deepening that forward fold. Slightly twist your right foot so it's facing the front of your mat. We're going to stand up nice and tall, reach those arms out nice and wide. Softly bend into your right knee, keeping your upper body straight and your arms nice and long. We're going to reach those arms up, straightening both legs, and then come back into that warrior two pose. Inhale your breath in through your nose as you stand up tall, and then exhale that breath out your mouth as you glide into that right knee. We're going to stand up nice and tall, externally rotating both feet out to the side. Let's take a forward fold. Moving through our warrior two on the other side now. So we're going to direct your left toes to the front of your mat. We're going to stand it up tall, reaching those arms out nice and wide. Slowly glide into that left knee, coming into our warrior two. When you're ready, standing up tall, reaching those arms up to the ceiling, then sending it back into our warrior two. Moving through this pose at your own pace, making sure you're using that inhale breath through the nose to stand up nice and tall, and then exhale as you glide into that left knee. Next time you come into your warrior two pose, I want you to hold it there. We're going to plant both of our hands down onto the mat and then come into a 4-point kneel. So hands directly under shoulders, knees directly under hips. We're going to take a few rounds of cat and cow. Focus on joining your breath into this movement. So on your inhale breath, your shoulders roll back, your eye gaze goes up towards the ceiling and your belly drops. And as you exhale, I want you to scoop your belly, draw your rib cage up towards the ceiling. Eye gaze goes to your navel. We're going to come into a spine stretch now. So I want you to take your left hand and thread it through towards the right hand side of your body. We're going to reach that left arm up to the ceiling and then thread it through, repeating that pose. One more time, let's reach that left arm up to the ceiling, then glide it back down, threading it through the right hand side of your body. Let's swap over sides, threading that right arm through to the left hand side of your body. Let's reach that right arm up to the ceiling, then threading it back through. final time, reach that right arm up to the sky, then thread it back through to the left hand side. When you're ready, we are going to come on up and get into our final position. You are more than welcome to use a yoga block under your sacrum for this Shavasana. So I want you to lie down on your back, straighten your legs out. You can either face your palms up to the ceiling, or you can have your hands resting on your belly, feeling your breath, closing down your eyes. Maybe you'd like to turn your music up or turn your volume down to have a clear mind. You can use this time to meditate, reflect on the day that you've had so far, or reflect on the day that you're wanting to have, or how you're going to tackle your day tomorrow. You can bring your legs into a butterfly position, so bending through your knees, opening them wide and gluing the soles of your feet together. Keep those eyes closed and focus on your breath. If you'd like to move through some 3 count breathing, we're going to inhale through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Hold it there and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Keep moving through this 3 count breath for the last minute of our Shavasana. If you would like to stay in this position, continuing on with your meditation or your breath work, you're more than welcome. I hope you enjoyed this full body stretch, and I'll see you in my next video.